I feel like I look sexy right now. I hope that's true. What up though? I'm Bree and this is Baked After Dark. Tonight, we are gonna be making one of my coveted recipes. It's one of my favorite things to make and it's actually a bestseller on my website, bakedwithbrie.com. It's peach cobbler. I wanna make sure that you know how to make it. And I wanna show you how easy it is to make your crust from scratch, because if you still buying crust from the store like your grandma, I'm trying to tell you, this is about to elevate your peach cobbler. My family, we make it layered with peaches and crust. So if you are somebody that's looking for a crusty peach cobbler that's got more crust than it does peaches, I'm about to show you how to make the crustiest peach cobbler this side of the Mississippi. By the time you go and buy store-bought crust, I promise you, you can make your own. It's gonna be delicious. You're not gonna taste all those preservatives and it's gonna take you like 2 seconds. Let's get started. We're gonna start by putting our peaches on the stove to simmer. I'm starting with about 3 pounds of frozen peaches. To that, we're gonna add 1 cup of dark brown sugar. And then we also need regular white sugar. So I'm gonna use a cup of that as well. You can season to taste on this. I like to use nutmeg, cinnamon, cloves, and ginger. Our cobbler, thick and rich. We're gonna use 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. About a tablespoon of vanilla. I'm gonna put that on the stove to cook down a little bit while we make we're gonna let all the sugars melt. So when we go back to our peaches, there should be no sugar crystals. This is our flour, sugar, and salt. And to that, we're gonna add 3 sticks of butter, which is a 1.5 cups. So this is what we have so far. If you don't have one, grab a good old fork. It literally does the same thing. The reason we want to use cold butter in our crust is because that is what's gonna get us a flaky crust. Same thing with our water. If you notice, there's a big ass ice cube because the colder your water, the flakier your crust. Get the flour worked down from these small cubes to more like pea-sized bites. Those big pieces of butter melting when it bakes is what helps us get those flaky layers. So we just get this well incorporated. I'm stopping every now and again and scraping my pastry cutter. This is the equivalent to stopping and scraping the bowl. It's like brass knuckles for a baker. This is what our flour butter mixture looks like. I'm gonna start off with about a tablespoon of vanilla extract. Ice water, you're gonna see, we're gonna add just a little bit at a time because it's easier to add more, you cannot take away. Add it just a little bit and you can see that the dough is I got a ball forming, but I got a lot that's not in this ball. So you wanna keep adding the water little by little until everything comes into a cohesive ball, but you don't want it wet. When it's just combined, I can work the rest of the flour in, and I don't want to overwork the dough. My dough has just become combined. I'm stopping my water now. So we're just gonna work this dough until the sides of our bowl are kind of coming clean like they are. I'm gonna turn it out onto my surface, my clean surface. Please don't bake in a dirty kitchen. Not only is it gross, it's dangerous. Let this dough rest a little bit and set up so that we can roll it out for our cobbler. And so that it chills faster, I'm gonna cut the ball in half and make 2 balls. Anyway, this kitchen is also a safe space. The world is really crazy right now, especially if you are in a marginalized demographic. Sometimes we just need to unplug and bake some shit. And that's what I'm here for. So that's what we're gonna do. Put these in the refrigerator and let them cool.
A few moments later.
Did you watch E40? Time guys?
I have not.
Oh, nigga, it's so good. This nigga, he transitioned Sprinkle Me into Captain Save 'Em.
Oh.
Nigga. Our dough is ready. Our peaches are cooked. Let's get rolling. Go ahead and ladle in my first layer of cobbler. Oh God, this shit smells so good. Can you smell it? Now I have my first layer of peaches. This is what we're starting with. Because if the bottom ain't peaches and it's crust, baby, that's a pie, not a cobbler. I know if you're not a baker, you don't have a rolling pin. You got a bottle of wine? I need a straight side bottle of wine. You got one of those? Okay, go grab it. That's gonna be your rolling pin. I'm gonna dust our surface lightly with a little bit of all-purpose flour. For this, I'm using a square rectangular dish So I'm gonna start by patting this into like a little rectangle before I start rolling. That's the key to starting to shape your dough without overworking it. If this is your wine bottle and this is the neck and this is the body, you want to use this portion. We're gonna forget that this is here, okay? And you want to use your weight, okay? Like the weight of your body. Don't try to just push with your shoulders and your arms. You're gonna hurt yourself. Put the weight of your body into it, and we're gonna start by rolling it lengthwise. Then we're gonna turn it. I'm gonna get my bench scraper. We're gonna turn it about 90 degrees, and then we're gonna roll the other direction until it's about quarter of an inch thick, but essentially until it is wide enough to fit over our 9x13 baking dish, which I didn't even tell y'all that this was a 9x13 baking dish with a little bit of slack. This is gonna be our dumpling layer, the best one. I'm gonna show y'all 2 ways to lay this dough easily. The first way that we're gonna do it with this piece is to take the smallest part and just roll around your rolling pin or wine bottle if that's what you're using. And then take it over the dish and roll it over the dish, okay? Now, some people gonna tell you to trim it right here. I'm not, because we got more peaches to add, okay? And I'm gonna trim. I'm gonna dump the rest in. Get that. Now listen, if you want more peaches, you can add another pound or 2. We're gonna just take a fork and spread these out evenly, because that's this side of the peaches, or the peach cobbler wasn't evenly distributed, okay? It's all about ratios here. Same concept as before. Is this a rectangle? Not really, all right? I'm drunk, you're drunk, everybody's drunk. This is good enough. It's gonna cover what we need to cover, and we're gonna trim away the excess so it doesn't have to be perfect. So now that we got it rolled out consistently, we're gonna fold it on itself real quick, and then align it with our baking dish. And just drape it over. This is our peach cobbler. Take a small paring knife and just cut around the edges. Quick and easy. So you know, usually when you make things like pies and cobblers, you vent the middle so that the steam can escape as it's cooking. When you leave the edges like this, you don't have to vent the middle, because the steam is gonna escape around here because you have not created a seal. We're gonna preheat our oven to 350 and pop this in for about an hour. You'll know it's done when it's golden brown all the way across, and the dumpling is gonna cook all the way through because this sugar is hot as hell. Okay, it's been an hour. Our peach cobbler is out of the oven and cool. I need y'all to be patient. Baking is all about patience, but so is enjoying the bake, because once it cools, the flavors really have a chance to develop, the sugar gets a chance to settle, and the butter, and if you can see the pockets that I left around, the crust shrunk in just a little bit and allowed more of a venting, so my cobbler did not bubble over. If you don't leave that space and you don't vent the top, your cobbler is gonna bubble over and you're gonna have the worst mess in your oven to clean out. And I'm using a glass baking dish. Your oven times will vary if you're using metal. Metal baking dishes bake faster than glass. Look how flaky my crust is. That is why we leave those little butter pockets. But there it is. That is our peach cobbler. I got so much crust. Get a good amount of crust, good amount of peach, perfect bite. You want some? Thank y'all so much for baking with me. I really hope you make this at home. If you do, please use my hashtag #BakedAfterDark. I want to see it, and I want to see how good it turned out. And even if it failed, let me know. Let me help. I had a blast. I hope you did too. And I hope to see you back next week. We're gonna bake something real good, I promise. See y'all soon. Stay sweet.